Okay, boys and girls, this is the last week of homework in 4th grade. Congratulations, you have made it. For those of you that have done your homework every single week since the beginning of the year, congratulations, good job. You are showing very wonderful responsibility. But this is going to be our last week of homework in 4th grade because we need to start focusing on reviewing and also taking our state test. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our last story of the year. All right, so we are reading the Exodusters. Exodusters. Okay, and as always, for Monday, we read and annotate. By this time, we should already know that. This is the last one. In the year 1879, a fever spread throughout the land. This was not a fever that makes the head hot and the body ache. This fever was a dream that spread through a people. This fever was caught by many who longed for a life of freedom and an opportunity to own and farm the land. African Americans were on the move. Families and friends gathered and talked about their dream. Together they began the long march west to a place called Kansas. In the Exodus in days of old, so the story goes, a man named Moses led his folk to the fertile land and a better life. So too did African Americans, known as Exodusters, march to the promised land of Kansas. The Civil War had brought freedom at last to slaves. After years of shackles and service, these men and women deserved a new start in life. The U.S. government offered them the chance to settle some land on the wide open plains. For African Americans, this was an opportunity to leave the shadow of someone else's fields, which was an opportunity to enjoy their own harvest. America was proud to offer this gift to men and women new to freedom. The land was promised to any and all who agreed to homestead at least 5 years. All that it cost was a $5 fee and 5 long years of backbreaking toil. Toil was not new for African Americans, but to own land was a dream come true. They came by wagon, on foot, by steamboat, and by rail. The Exodusters left the South behind and came to Kansas any way they could. In their minds, an image was taking shape, the image of the Black pioneer. Yes, the African American pioneer was about to tame the wild frontier. Okay, so you're going to read and annotate the text. Remember, as I've said, you can go ahead and annotate out here for each paragraph. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue with our fractions. I think on last week sometime, I went through each of the different types of fractions that you would see. So today I'm just going to do one, and this is saying converting improper fractions to mixed numbers. Okay, so what you're going to do here is this is going to require you to use division. So you're going to divide. Okay, so you're going to say 8 is going to go inside and 3 is going to go on the outside. Remember that if you need your cheat sheet, it is perfectly okay to make one. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so we're going to stop there. Okay, so 8 goes into 3. So let me see what gets closer to 3 without going closest to 8. 8, excuse me, without going over. So I have 0, 3, 6. Ooh, 9 is too much. So I'm going to stick with 6. So it's going to be 3 times 2. So 3 times 2, that is 6. 8 take away 6 is 2. So I'm going to keep this whole number. This 2 is going to be my numerator. And this 3 is going to be my denominator. So I have 2 2/3. And it is a mixed number because I have a whole number and I have a fraction. Okay, so that's how you do that. You're going to do all of these problems. If you need extra paper or extra blank sheet, you can use this part right here. Okay, and that is your homework for Monday.